Yeah, I'll get into that. Then my girlfriend's daughter bought one at her house. They threw it out,
Blah,
and
blah,
it'd
blah.
be on her
No.
daughter's. Oh, whoa! They created
You
a
ain't watching,
portal,
Cathy.
and
You
you're going to
ain't
get the.
watching.
Yeah, they created a portal.
Sure.
Yeah, they.
At least you're safe in your mind.
No, I'm afraid of that. He says he's afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it because I walk with God. I ain't afraid of that stuff. I just don't want nothing to do with it. That stuff's choice, and I choose to stay away from it. I don't mess with anything like that because I love God too much. I love Him too much. I want to please God. I want to do what God wants PG to do. I ain't trying to do none of that weird stuff. That's weird. It's just weird. Wow, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Stephanie. Absolutely not. Chris Watts had
Here,
one.
watch this for a bit. I'll be right back. I'll
Whoa.
run to the store.
Yeah, look what he did. Right? Look what he did. Yeah. Don't even come close to my house with that shit. Absolutely not. But anyway, I wanted to come in and solidify um tonight. I think last night we solidified that there was some type of trafficking going on. I think we did, and Candace was all wrapped up in it, right? All wrapped up in it. And probably Grandis and Dom Wells too. I'm not doubting that they wasn't wrapped up in it as well. Um, I'm going to tell you, that Chris Watts house, and that's a pretty house. That is a really pretty house. That was a nice home. That was really a nice home. At the end of the night, somebody remind me. I'll try to remember. I was going to tell you guys about. I read up on the Andy Griffin house. It was a very interesting. It's very interesting. You guys might want to listen to it. I think you can find it on YouTube. Um, the haunting of the Andy Griffin house. Man, I'm going to tell you, it's really weird. You guys should listen to that. These people bought it and stuff. But if I have time at the end of the night, I'll share a little bit of that with you. Um, but yeah, I think that we kind of solidified that, they were into some trafficking stuff there. Sure sounds like it with all the witnesses and all the stuff, and these are different people. These are different people telling us about all the stuff, Lisa J don't know Jody Sue, right? Jody Sue, doesn't know, um, doesn't know Allison's and there's family. I don't know if Jody Sue, she might know Andrew, but we got all these different people talking about this stuff, and and different witnesses about these little girls that was on the hill, and different children being sold out and stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure law enforcement is looking into some type of trafficking going on. I think that's what they're really trying to hunt down and find is the key to what was going on up there. And I'm sure they're going to find it. I'm sure they're going to. I mean, I think they got enough data to to greatly suspect it. They seem to have that day one. They seem to have that on day one. because even Don Wells said they asked him, "Did you sell your daughter?" Right? Well, they had to have some pretty damn solid stuff to ask someone that question, because that isn't a general question that's asked when a child goes missing, right? That is just not a general question that is asked. Matter of fact, very few people get asked that. They get asked a lot of things, but that ain't one of them. So law enforcement must have already had something in the data bank, right? That led them to believe this. What I'm saying is somebody had to report something that they already, you know, that they already had in order to ask that question. That's all I'm saying.
Her kids were 3 and 4 and said, "Mommy's there."
Now, she's talking about Rose Blye and stuff that Candace had shared with her. Stuff that Candace said when it came to her sister, Rose Blye. This is what Allison's mother is talking about. I want you to focus on Grandbun. I want you to focus on Grandbun. Um, it's what Grandbun has to say that I want you to hear.
"Mommy's there." Why didn't they ever?
Where would that be? Like, where was that at?
Wisconsin or whatever.
In Wisconsin.
Yeah,
That's probably why
wherever.
she's gone from Wisconsin.
Kansas got really drunk one night and said my sister was supposed to meet someone at a bar, her friend, and
Yep.
she never made it. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Who would have been responsible for her sister's death, the mom or Candace?
Both probably, or Candace anyway, because I know.
Somehow I can believe that. Somehow I could. I don't know what happened to Rose. I don't know. They said that it was, this sheriff. The sheriff was supposed. I mean, according to Wisconsin Mama, she said her son, reported to the police and said that his report had disappeared. That he went in and reported, seeing Rose's car at this man's home and and then went inside and they got an awful smell and they were rolling up some kind of carpet, him and an Indian guy, and they told him that Rose wasn't there, but yet her car was right outside the house. And the next days when she was reported missing, and they didn't find her car for like 5 days. And Grandis gave law enforcement the wrong license plate number, according to some witnesses. Grandis gave the wrong license plate number, is what I heard. And she also was supposed to be driving past that particular place where her daughter's car was for a whole week straight until it was found. You would think she'd know her daughter's car when she's seen it. And if you're driving by, you got a missing child and you're driving by places, you're going to be looking, right? You're going to be looking to see if any of the cars is your kid's car. And, but yet she drove by 5 straight days and didn't take note that that's my daughter's car right there. I don't know. I find that kind of suspicious, right? I find it suspicious. Just saying. But I also find it suspicious that Rose Blye's husband, she had 2 children under the age of 2, and 2 and under. And she also had just barely married him like 6 months before she went missing. It's like he married her, and in between the 6 months, he files for a divorce, and then he drops the divorce, right? And then she disappears, and right after she disappears, he goes and files for a divorce again, right? So, it's almost like he married her just to get a hold of the kids, right? It's like he married her just to be able to take the kids, just to get a hold of the kids. And, you know, and that's my opinion. Because, you know, like I said, you know, he doesn't even marry her till, you know, after she has these kids. He ain't even married to her 6 months. He's already filed for a divorce, dropped a divorce, and she disappears, and then he goes in for a divorce again, right? Yeah. I mean, you know, there's some really suspicious shit, and you know, in Rose Blye's case, and you know, Summer's case. It's like there's a lot of weird stuff going on here. Hey, Meg, I appreciate that. I appreciate the support, girl. God bless. Super stick. There we go. I appreciate it. God bless. But yeah, yeah, she did. She gave the wrong. That's what I heard. She gave the wrong information to Ali, and you know, um, exactly. They don't fall far from the tree, do they? That's, you know, I heard that a lot, and you know, but I am really becoming a believer. I'm really becoming a believer of it now. No, he didn't. I don't think he ever got remarried. I don't think Rose Blye's husband ever got remarried. He got custody of those two girls and basically just stayed and raised those two girls his whole life, and I don't think he ever got remarried. Matter of fact, it don't seem like, you know, he ever really dated or anything. You know, it's a really weird situation. I don't know what the hell's going on there. I mean, don't you find that really weird that he didn't get remarried? Um, you know, I find it weird they just married her up. It seemed to get a whole, you know, to get her moved in and with the girls, and then, you know, he immediately filed for divorce and custody of the kids. It's like he was doing all of this just to get a hold of those two girls. And I found that really fucking weird and suspicious, if you ask me. You know, kind of creepy, right? Kind of creepy. And she totally disappears, and you know, instead of divorce, he totally came up missing right after he dropped the first divorce, and then he went running to get another one right after she went missing. You're welcome, PG. I'm telling y'all, they were using walkie-talkies on the day they moved her. Low tech is hard to trace. That could be. It could be. Candace did leave her phone on the back of Don's truck up there at the house when she went down to meet Chad. When she went down to Fred's to meet Chad, she left the phone on the back of Don Wells' white truck. So it's very possible that she had, you know, she had something else to communicate with. That's true. You know what? I do believe I remember that. You're right. They said that the boys used to go down there and use walkie-talkies. That, you're right. That's true. That's true. I remember that. I remember that. Oh yeah. It. What happened to Summer? I do believe was planned. Rose Bly. I don't know. I don't know. I know that Rose Blye was living with Grandis. She had her and her children went and tried to move in with Grandis and live with Grandis. And I guess Grandis got really fucking ugly. And, you know, and put her out. Pretty much put her out. And that's why she went back to that guy. Because, you know, Grandis wasn't the type of mom to open the door and say, you know, come live with me. You don't have to take that crap, get yourself a divorce, you know, and keep yourself safe. You're welcome to stay here as long as you need to, you know. I mean, what? I've got 4 kids. I've got 4 kids. My door would always be open to my children. My doors would always be open to my children. If they moved in and they don't got a job, I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to tell you, I have to pay the bills anyway, right? I got to pay the bills anyway. And what is an extra little bit of food? What is an extra little bit? I mean, even if you're one person and you're cooking, a lot of times there's enough food left over to feed another couple of people. Why do you care about feeding your grandbabies and your daughter? Why would you even care about that? Grandis was not a good human being. She didn't care about anyone. What I'm saying is, Grandis was out for self-gain. If you couldn't give her something, or she wasn't getting something out of being there, she won't be there, and she don't want you there. She's just like Don and Candace, users and abusers. What can you give us? If you could give us stuff, then sure, we'll let you hang around. And that's what she did to her own daughter, Rose. If you want to work and give me monies and put monies, in here, then you can stay. But if you ain't going to, go out and get a job right now and start handing me your money, then you got to go. And, who does that to their daughter? You don't do that to your daughter. But she did. She did it. And, her daughter ended up disappearing. And that's what it is. Hey girl, good night. God bless. But yeah, that's what happened. Rose's case, there's a whole lot in Rose's case that a lot of people didn't know. Grandis ran around acting like she really gave a damn, but she gave false information, the wrong information to law enforcement about the license plate number and everything. I'm not sure how much false information there was, but I heard there was, allegedly. And she did have, she did pressure her daughter that was wanting to live with her and stay safe with her. She pressured her back out on the street, where she had to go back to this man. And then she acted like she gave a damn. I think Grandis was an attention seeker. I think she's a fucking attention seeker. Always has been, always will be. That's my opinion. Personally, my opinion on that woman is, she's a cold-hearted human being. She's just cold-hearted as hell. And, that's her problem. That's her problem. Thank God it's not nobody else's. But listen to Grandis.
Which one?
Graham Bunn. This is Graham Bunn.
The daughter.
Okay.
Do you think CPS should ever put the boys back in that house?
No, not at all. Please, no.
Now, here it comes. Here it comes, you guys.
No. I appreciate your passion because it seems like and you know.
Those kids come here in the summer before summer died.
Oh.
And so.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what Graham Bunn said? Listen to her.
back in that house.
No, not at all. Please, no.
No. I appreciate your passion because
No.
it seems like you know and you know.
Those kids come here in the summer before summer died. They're
Look at Allison's face. Look at Allison's face. She said before summer died. Look at the way Allison looked at her like, what the F, right? What the F, Grandma? Look at her. Before summer died, she said. Before summer died. Look at Allison's face. Now watch Grandbun. Watch Grandbun. She knows she fucked up. Watch.
filthy, and so is the mother. They never cook dinner. They always
Look. She knows she did. She's like, watch her.
frozen pizza and whatever.
Look, she knows she messed up. Right? Look at that. Look at look at freaking Allie. Allie's like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Right? Yeah. Allie's face was stunned when she said it. Allie's face was straight up stunned.
I appreciate your passion because it seems like you know and you know.
Those kids come here in the summer before summer died. They're
Look at Allison. Look at Allie. She's like, what did you just say? Right? Look at her. What? Don't say that. Oh my goodness. And she ain't caught up. Grandma hasn't caught up with herself yet because she's carrying on.
filthy, and so is the mother.
Look at Allison. Allison's just like dumb. She looks dumbfuddled, right? She just like,
They never cook dinner. They always
Now Grandbun realizes. She done screwed up.
ate frozen pizza
Look at Allison.
and whatever else.
Oh my gosh. Right? They done knew they messed up big time. And you know that's why
Sorry, y'all.
that's why it's good to, catch people off
I went to the
guard.
store, my bad.
You catch them off guard, you get a lot more information, right? A lot more
Well, I missed
information when you just pop in on
Before
them
you here?
and
I
get that information. Yeah. I was like, whoa. Wow.
Wow.
She told it, right? She told it, you guys. There you go. Right out of Grandbun's mouth. And she, and she told Allison.
Sure.
She said, and before summer died. Like, Allison knows, right? Like Allison knows. Whoa. Yeah. There you go. No, none of it was scripted. That was on the money right there. And then let's listen to another, some more suspects here.
Do you think that Stacy Slade was actually the fake fat? I think that there's a person that somebody's.
I ain't seen Pepper in a minute. Anybody seen her?
Exactly.
She used to hang out with us all the time.
Because there's a real woman by that name in that real area that died. And that's how you can call it funeral home.
I don't know.
And see, I had Stacy Slade. I
What's up,
had her
Raymond?
name. And there was
Sorry, guys, I
actually
just got
a
here.
video up by the family on YouTube.
All live.
And she died not long before her passed.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Listen to this.
And she died not long before her passed. On YouTube. And she died not long before her passed.
There's another one. There's another one right there.
And she died not long before Summer passed.
There you go. There you go.
PG said that I've been at Morrison Cemetery. I've not been there not one time since Summer has passed. Or
Did you hear that? There you go. This is Marlena. Marlena.
whatever happened to her, whether her missing or whatever's going on with Summer.
Listen.
Since Summer has passed. Or
there you go. She screwed up. She messed up.
since
Listen.
Summer has passed. Or
Huh?
since Summer has passed. Or
there you go. Marlena. There's Marlena.
Happened to Summer. I believe it's a body hunt right now.
Wow. Keep replaying old shit, bitch.
What do I think happened to Summer? I believe it's a body hunt right now.
Andrew.
What?
There's Andrew.
What?
What do I think happened to Summer? I believe it's a body hunt right now.
Yep. Still
What
do.
do I think happened to Summer? I believe it's a body hunt right now.
I still think it's
Boom.
body hunt.
There you go. There you go. There you go, you guys. I'm not done. I'm not done.
There's the type of person, he's good-hearted. Yeah, he has a temper. What 15-year-old don't act like they conquer the world, you know? And see, that's like the night that Allison said that she got the phone call. We was at the football field. My grandson plays football. And he was at his practice. And at 7:29, Hunter called my phone
Sure.
Hmm.
to tell Allison that Summer was gone. And
To tell Allison Summer was gone. Now listen to her. Listen to her come back from that. Watch her come back from that.
I mean, from that time on, it bothered Hunter because he was wondering what happened because she was alive the last time he seen her.
Whoa, she tried. Good save, right? Good save. Called Allison to let her know Summer was gone. Oh well. He said Then she comes back. She says he didn't understand because when he saw her last, she was alive, right?
She was at first, when me and her stopped talking, she was stopping by my mom's, talking to the kids, talking to my mom, unexpectedly, you know. And, I didn't think anything of it at that time. I'm like, okay, yeah, Hunter can go fishing. He loves Summer to death. That's like his little sister.
They're buds.
Yep. She's like a daughter to me. And, I didn't hear from him for a while. She dropped Hunter off between 2 and 2:30, right where your truck is.
Okay.
But her front end was facing the telephone pole.
So she's going this direction?
Yes.
Okay.
When she dropped Hunter off, it was her mom, Hunter, and Summer. And Summer was leaning against 2 gallons of milk.
Okay.
I said, oh, look at her. I asked her how Summer was, and she was sleeping.
Summer couldn't be leaning against 2 jugs of milk because she was against the driver's side door, wet. The only one wet, remember? The only one wet.
Sure.
Against the driver's side door. Unconscious, if you ask me. Hunter said Summer was on the pillow.
Yes, I was here.
Against the
I
driver's
missed
side
her?
door, wet.
Aw.
He was trying to
I
keep
see
himself
that.
dry.
Sorry, I
But we
missed
saw
you.
him go in the water.
I went
So
to
he
the
was
store.
wet too. He was wet as well. And there's no way, he said, and she was wet
Shay,
from swimming.
what's going on?
So she's laying over there in a bathing suit, wet on the pillow, had not been dressed yet. So there's no way
She's
Allison
there.
could have seen her all dressed on some milk jugs.
Sure, whatever you say, sweetie.
She got dressed at Allison's house.
Sure,
That's my
whatever you say,
opinion.
sweetie.
I'm going to keep it.
What side of the back seat was she at? Do you remember?
Hunter was on the driver's side, and Summer was right there next. Right there.
And Hunter clearly said, I was in the middle. I rode with the milk jugs, holding the milk jugs because I didn't want them to spill. I didn't want to clean up no mess. And I rode with them all the way to the house. And then I set them.
I
beside
time.
me.
How you been?
I set him in the middle, and I can't remember how I got out of the car, but I got out of the vehicle, right? I thought Summer got out.
Sorry, I ran off to the store,
He
y'all.
wanted to put Summer
get milk
outside
and
of the
coffee.
vehicle as well. He said, I thought she got out too. I don't remember. Right? Allison lied. Allison lied.
In church.
Okay, so it made sense if she's pulling this way that Hunter's going to get out on this side. Okay, it makes sense. Okay. And so she's on the other side or in the middle.
She's in the middle.
Okay.
Like against the milk.
There's no way she could have been in the middle as well because Hunter said she's on the pillow against the driver's side door, wet. He said that they put the boxes when they picked up Grandma from the doctor's office. They put the boxes that was in the back seat in the trunk. Remember? He said there was TVs and boxes and totes and stuff in the trunk. That's what he said. He said they moved those boxes, put them in the trunk so he could get in the passenger side back seat and set his ass down. Those boxes weren't there. They put those boxes back into the vehicle and then propped her up on the milk jugs.
Sure.
After they dressed her up in Allison's house and then propped her up. There you go. That's what happened. That's the truth. And they know it. You know, they mother freaking know that's the truth. I don't care what they say. It's exactly what the truth is.
No, it ain't.
I'll, you know, that's my opinion. I'll keep it. But that is the truth.
Gallons of milk.
Yep, against 2 gallons of milk.
Okay.
And I said, oh, look at her. I said, isn't she hot? Like, so I wish I could wake her up and, you know, give her a hug. No, you can't.
When the windows were.
And the windows were up.
What did Hunter say? Because he was sitting next to her.
Hunter said she was alive.
Okay.
That they were watching TikTok videos.
Oh, interesting.
Wait, when they went into the store,
Yep, because Hunter has a timeline of where they went.
You see Grand Bun correct her? Did you hear Grand Bun correct Allison? He said when they went into the store, dummy, don't be saying they were watching TikTok videos out in front of the house because how could she be on the jugs if they were doing that? He said at the store. You know, Grand Bun knows. Grand Bun knows. Just like she
Grand
told
Bun don't
Ellie,
know shit.
You know, before Summer died. You know, she knew. She knew. This old lady knew. And she still knows. And she's doing nothing to turn it into law enforcement and let this little girl be found. These people are evil. They're mother freaking evil. How does whole families get that fucking evil? I don't even know. I don't even know.
And what they did. And they had stopped at the store before they dropped Hunter off. That's where the 2 gallons of milk came from.
Okay.
And the groceries.
Okay. Summer's on the other side with the milk.
And did you take note that Allison, let me back it up a little bit. Did you take note that Allison said, and the groceries, as if she's seen them?
Holy shit. You know,
as if she's seen them.
Stupid.
She saw the groceries in the trunk. Allison saw the groceries in the
support
trunk
nothing but
because
the truth.
Allison was out there
what I
when they was getting the boxes out and propping, you know,
has
propping
happened in
Summer
this
up
case. Raymond, you're
in
right.
that
Not much
vehicle.
has.
She had her ass out there because she listened to her.
No joke.
And what they did.
No.
And they had stopped at the store before they dropped Hunter off. That's where the 2 gallons of milk came from.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
And the groceries.
And the groceries, as if she's seen them. She saw them. There you go. Something we didn't take note of before, but we do now.
Okay. Summer's on the other side with the milk. Hunter gets out. You ask Hunter, or you talk to Candace about wanting to talk to Summer.
Yep.
What happens?
She said no. I wasn't allowed to wake her up.
Okay. So she's sleeping?
To me, she appeared sleeping.
Okay. Did it look like to you she was sleeping?
At the time, yes.
Okay.
But now that I look back on it,
Oh.
I really don't know.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Here it is, baby.
To me, she appeared sleeping.
Okay. Did it look like to you she was sleeping?
At the time, yes.
Okay.
But now that I
Can't trust
look
what
back on
McDumb
it,
Nut says either.
I really don't know.
Look like to you she was sleeping?
At the time, yes.
Okay.
But now that I look back on it, I really don't know. Now that I look back on it, I really don't know.
Okay.
But now that I look back on it, I really don't know.
There we go. There we go. She was wanting Chris to understand that Summer wasn't alive. She was it was eating her up. It was eating her up.
No, it
And
wasn't.
she wanted to try to find that loophole that
No,
that
she
would
wasn't.
get her to tell, but get her, not bring her son into it.
Why you
She was
lying,
trying to
bitch?
tell, but then Chris, did this.
Okay. Fair enough.
And it just kills me. Because, now that I look back on it, it's like, was she really alive?
Whoa.
Whoa.
And then Chris said, well, your son was back there with her. And then Allison changed up her stuff, right?
Sure.
Then she changed it up. Then she was
Sure.
like, oh,
At least you're
no,
safe in here.
she was alive. She was alive. Once Chris put, Hunter back
You
in
know.
the vehicle with Summer. She's like, no, she was alive. She was alive. But see, Allison knew. Allison right there, she wanted to tell that little Summer wasn't alive. It was eating, what happened was eating her up. And it will
Last
eat
name
you up.
PG,
It will
your
eat
last
you
name
up.
states it all. If anybody
When
has a
you do
stake in this,
something
it's you.
that sinister, it will come back to haunt you.
Hey PG, what's your stake in the Morrison cemetery? Your last name is Morrison, so what's your take in the cemetery? Inquiring my pandas in the back want to know. What is your take on that cemetery? That's what I want to know. What is your take? What is your stake in the cemetery? And how come you invited Don? How come you invited Don Wells to your house with the boys to stay there? Huh? Does your good old mud flaps need a good old cleaning? Is that what the problem is? Huh, Cathy?
You have to you have to live with this shit every single day. You have to live with knowing that you destroyed an innocent or helped or
again. What's your stake in it, Cathy Morrison? Huh? Or should I get a hold of Albert? Your husband?
help cover up.
I think the reason why PG thinks she knows everything is I think she had a hand in it.
Right? That you had your hands all mother freaking dirty in a innocent 5-year-old's case. You got to meet your maker with them dirty hands. And you think God's going to let you through the pearly gate with them dirty hands and that dirty secret that you decided to keep to cover up someone that's evil enough to destroy a 5-year-old missing child? Should you have covered up for someone evil enough to destroy a 5-year-old missing child? I don't think so.
Are you evil? Hey, Cathy, are you evil enough?
Your job was to tell.
Are you evil enough?
Your job was to tell the authorities and do what was righteous for the victim in that case. which was that 5-year-old little girl. No, it's not going to bring her back. It's not going to bring her, but it's going to keep someone else from ending up like her. If they could do it to one child, they could do it in the future to another child. Do you want them doing it to another child? You want that on your back too? You want that on you? Right? You don't cover up for people like this. You just
it's
don't
over.
cover up for people like this.
Yes,
I had her crying in tears. I mean, just like pinball, because
her husband's name
for like
Albert, like
fucking 5 minutes.
Hey.
It was Summer's dead body's like, let's talk about it, and this and blah blah, and she's dead. I mean,
don't play with me.
There you go. That was Andy Bernard. That was Andy Bernard. That was Andy, right? So we got Andy. We got Allison. We got Hunter's daddy. Oh, Andrew, right? We've got Jody Sue. We've got Graham Bun. We got Marlena Crawford, right? We've got them all. We've got them all. We've got, there's even Fred Hill. Even Fred Hill.
Yo, why don't you just leave the man the fuck alone?
Didn't believe that Summer was anymore with us.
All right, Raymond, thank you.
And even Laura.
Yo, pause. Time the fuck out. Time the fuck out. 1, fuck that bitch. 2, time the fuck out. Why don't you leave Fred, Andy, Lisa? Why don't you leave all of them alone? And let's talk about your relationship with the cemetery. Morrison Cemetery, Cathy Morrison, you're trying to throw the spotlight on everybody else but you. So what is your connection to the Morrison Cemetery? Huh, Cathy? She talks so much shit about anyone named Alfred to throw everyone off. Yeah, I know. Nobody hides her identity for no reason. This lady hasn't shut up in 4 years. She's out for money, but there's more to it. She accused everybody at the time. Yeah, I know. She ain't gonna cam up. You don't need her to cam up. I got you. You don't need her to cam up. If I am correct, do not quote me. But if I am correct, I might not be, but if I am correct, Boogie, how you been? If I am correct, that's her right there. Oh, we know, Bug. We know. Boogie, I emailed you the other night to let you know what was going on here. So I don't really draft emails well, as if you can't tell by us corresponding back and forth the way we have been. I don't really email very well. Hopefully I get it right, and hopefully you get what is going on with my home. So I just wanted to let you know, Bug. A few Lips, Dippy, 420, the inner circle that I talk to knows what's going on. CSI will find out when everybody else does. Not for nothing, dear, but you got a lot on your own plate, honey. Legalized Skooma is chill, but she don't know what's going on right now. But a lot of you guys in here are like inner circle with me, so you guys will know what's up. I have never felt like Hunter was suspect. I know Shay. All right, honey. I know Shay. But Shay, Shay, you ain't never really done nothing wrong to me. I mean, you got your own opinions. You're allowed to have them. So I'm not going to sit here and say anything bad about you. I just hope you're doing well. Sorry without a sorry. That's not PG. Do you have a picture of PG? I said don't quote me on it. I didn't know if that was or wasn't. So do you have a picture of PG? Lisa? You're all right. That's Patricia Dean. Okay, thank you. So I'll take her off my screen. Thank you. Do you have a picture of PG? Does anybody have a picture of PG? Or should I say Cathy? I'm tired of calling her PG. I love Shay's older vid files on the... I ain't seen them. But Shay's awesome. CSI is awesome too. But you guys are all awesome. I ain't no front. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. But yeah, definitely. I'm glad you do, Andrew, because if I did, I would say, LOL, I speak on who I think is sus. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with it. Right now, I think Cathy is suspect. I need a picture. Yeah, oh, yeah, that's the one that came to Ziggy's, then LOL. I have a clip of that. Okay. Sure, Don does, probably. Ziggy freaked out on that lady. Okay. I didn't know that. I saw a swear garden in that picture, and given I ain't never seen her, I assumed. So that's my fault. My bad. That's my bad. I have 2 or 3. Email me one. Email me one. Here. Email me one. Please. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, Lisa K. Would you kindly email me one? Please and thank you. I'm sorry. I got to stop being so demandative of you ladies. You ladies help out a lot with me, and sometimes I'm a dick. And I apologize. I've seen several people say Cathy. Yes, her name is Cathy Morrison, and she's married to hey, Fat Albert. But no, I apologize. I'm not trying to be demanding. I respectfully request a picture, please. And thank you. I reached out to the creator of that clip, and they didn't know for certain. Okay. Drippy. I'm dead. But it's good to see you guys. It's been a while. CSI, it's good to see you. Maybe check my community, darling. If I go through your community page, I'm gonna have to blow my brains out. Just saying. But no, we are the youth of a nation. Sorry, I'm old. But yes, thank you all for being here. You guys are awesome. I appreciate that. So I played the Ziggy. No, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I played the Cathy shit, okay? Because I had to go to a store. You guys came in. You guys were very respectful in chat. I appreciate you for that. The naysayers were boot scooting boogied. I mean, I appreciate that as well. But this woman is absolutely obsessed with my son. Yes, and it's with a C. She's been like this since he's hit 18 years of age. I think she wants his penis. I ain't never seen a female so obsessed with a male unless they were trying to get after the penis. I mean, I don't want to do this. I don't want to record her bullshit. I don't want to listen to her, every 2 fucking seconds. I don't want to do this. But She is known for dirty deletes. Okay? She is known for dirty deletes. And all this shit she's talking on me, my son, my life. All right, cool. Keep it up. But I hope your pockets are as deep as that mouth is. Because by the end of all this, honey, I know for a fact you got 2 lawsuits coming. And I will go through with them. I'll make sure Hunter goes through with it. I'll go through with it. Shit, if I have to, I have a couple others in the fucking wings. I'll get a hold of them, make sure they go through with it. You're not going to get... You may think you're winning. You're not, sweetie. What you're doing is very disrespectful, very nasty, and you're doing it all under the guise of being a Christian. That's not how that works, boo. Okay? It's not. You want to sit there and you want to claim religion, but then you want to go against at least half the 10 commandments that are laid down in that book. And do the things you're doing. Fine. Go right ahead. Because when this is all said, done, your ass is going to get sued. So I hope your pockets are as deep as that mouth runs, honey. Because I'm going to archive every fucking one of them. All of them. And then I'm going to go over them again. And then I'm going to flip them on their heads. And I'm going to make perpetual copies. Because what you're doing, you should be kicked out of your local church for that shit. The good Lord book says to praise him. Never said what state of mind you had in. Never said what you had to look like. Never said whether you had to be rich or poor. He said he's for everybody. And you out there making it seem like it's okay to do all this shit. Go reread your Bible, sweetie. They actually have that shit on Autobooks. Go download it and give it a listen. Okay? And if that doesn't work, I'm pretty sure there's a few other books out there of religious figures that you should give a listen to. Okay? Because what you're doing makes the real Christians, the real people that believe in Jesus, look like shit. And it's disrespectful to them. I don't care about your subs. I care about everybody. But I don't care how many subs you get. I don't care how many cash apps you get. I don't care how many super chats or donos you get. It ain't about the race to get them, honey. It's about putting up facts. Is her son one of Tim's? I'm not sure. Maybe we should go talk to Albert. See if he knows about what his wife's be doing with his children. She's the new Christian? Oh, you mean the fake ones? Okay. Sorry. My nose is screwed. My cats are shedding because of the heat. And there's a hair stuck in my nose and I'm trying not to pick it. I'm sorry. Fucking I got my cat Jen, she sheds like a mother lover. Do unto her what she's doing. I am. I'm archiving it. So Sabbath on Friday, she's Jewish. It was just, I don't know. No, some people. No. Fuck no, she's not Jewish. No. But I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just a low-level YouTuber. Okay? She's a low-level YouTuber. Just trying to make things worse for people that are under 10K. Because she thinks she can. Well, this is going to be very distasteful. This is going to be very distasteful. Okay? The only reason why baptism was created is so the priest had somewhere to wash his toys. So, Cathy, you said you were baptized. So which priest's toy are you? Ah, fuck it. Dude, listen. I gotta shave. I'm going bald everywhere. Sorry, I know that was distasteful. I apologize to those real Baptists, to the real people that are really religious, that don't go out and do what this woman's doing. I apologize to you guys. It's nothing against y'all. It's just against her. She is just PG, the cussing Christian. Yeah? Well, I just want to know what priest's toy she is. What? I told you I apologize. My bad. I'm not against anybody. I love everybody. I hate everybody too. See, I'm an equal opportunist. I love to hate everyone. Nothing wrong with that. She isn't gonna. Human or animal. Nice. But she's not gonna. I have gone over this shit repetitively. Repetitively. For damn near 2.5 years. Okay? I gotta admit, I said some jank shit when I was pissed off. When I'm mad at my son, I said some jank shit. When I was mad at Allison, I said some jank shit. Yep, I'll admit it. It was some jank shit. I know, Delicious Devil. I know. It was just a joke. Calm down. Relax. I did not mean it towards the real religion. I was only talking about Cathy. My bad. Don't get mad. It's just, I have nothing against the religion. Okay? Nothing against the religion. No, that's my problem. I don't know who she is, and it irritates me. We know her name is Cathy Morrison, and her husband's name is Albert. PG does not represent Baptists. Baptists respect to the ones who practices their beliefs and does so. Oh, and does with, yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, but kudos to those who practice their religion with respect and to others, and and do it with kindness and not try to do it with hate. I deleted a few things, Andrew, when I was mad at you. I needed a little time for you. I don't listen. Listen. It's all good. I get it. I get it. When I get mad, bro, my mouth goes haywire. I understand it. But to sit there and take the words of an angry person and flip them on their fucking head and twist them to your narrative is fucking stupid. Yeah, sorry, I know. You guys see my TV's right there, see? And yeah, because I use TVs instead of computer monitors because TVs are bigger. But like I'm saying, you don't have. Andrew gets on his nerves the most, but they have that type of. Debbie, what are you trying to say, honey? Shit, but a lot of these creators get on my hubby. Oh, your hubby? Yeah. I know. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I had to read the one you slapped up there beforehand, and I didn't. My bad. So, Cathy thinks she's higher than mighty. All right. Well, I got my own opinions on things, and I can't really do that on a lot. I can't really say that on YouTube. It's highly unfair. I have said things I don't mean out of anger. I agree, Boogie. I have some things I want to say about 2PG about certain things, but I also understand it's very disrespectful to those who practice the religion or religions faithfully and respectfully. And I can't go at her for her dumbness with trying to abuse the Bible, trying to abuse the Word of God to her own means. And I want to say so many things, but I don't want to disrespect the people. I don't bash PG. Everyone has a right to their own opinions, but clip something to make it look like... I agree. We can change our minds in time as well. Yeah, everybody can change minds. There's nothing wrong with it. Right? But I'm not trying to be an asshole here. But this woman just makes me want to be one. You know what I'm saying? PG can't make up her mind. 1 minute she wants to screw Don, and then Don's a piece of shit. Next minute she wants to be friends with Andy and Fred, and then talk shit the following second. Then she wants to be all chill with me and mine, and then she wants to talk shit the following second. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is you doing? Standing on God speaking horrible things. I know. Mookie. I finally figured out how to say that name. Just so you know. I like the name. It just took me a minute to figure out how to say it properly. I mean, it's disgusting. All right? You're hiding the fact you're a Morrison. You're hiding your face. I don't think you're an ass, Andrew. I think you're human and honest. And well, that's the thing. I'm not that much of a dick unless you push me there. I will admit, I came out, when I started using my channel other than video game clips and games, other than for video games. Oh, that is awesome. Other than for video games. Okay. I came out 0 to 100 real quick to protect my son. You know what, Drew? There's nothing wrong with calling out a hypocrite when you see one. I agree. There's nothing wrong with it. But I turned around and I came out the gate 0 to 100 to protect my son. He's for golf. Boogie like in the golf. Oh, okay. All right, listen. I just like the name. I like everybody's unique names. They're awesome. All right, Slim. But listen, okay. I came out 0 to 100. I thought I was doing good by my son. Trying to get the spotlight off. I was doing everything and anything I could to get that spotlight off my son so he could go have a fucking life. Because everybody understand this, okay? Yes, it's a Summer Wells case. Yes, missing 5-year-old little girl. Got it. Other children were also involved and victims of this. Her brothers wound up falling victim to her missing. My son wound up falling victim because of this. Did my son have a part doing some grimy shit? Yes. And I told everybody from the word jump, my son does anything fucking grimy, I'm gonna call him out on it. If I find out, I'm calling him out on it because that's some bullshit. And I've done it. Okay? I've done it. And I'll do it again. And then you all want to sit there and talk ill on my grandbaby. The fuck is wrong with you? I mean, I'm not going to say that. That's neither here nor there, because there's been plenty of missing children cases that had siblings that didn't get taken. So I believe with that situation, there was something else behind the scenes that happened that had nothing to do with the Wells case. It was two separate incidents in my eyes. You had Summer going missing, and then X amount of time later, something happened where the boys had to go into the system. Okay? Two separate entities. Okay? Okay. Do I think that one had something to do with the other? No. Do I think that what happened this summer caused light to be brought on what was going on behind the scenes at home? A little bit. But are those two cases connected in any way other than through blood? No. I don't. Okay, I don't. I don't like talking about the Wells case. There's nothing new. Other than rumors, speculation, and BS. That's all that's new. I said the boys were taken because he got messed up and freaked out. There you go. Two separate cases. Okay? Listen, I get that. Thank you for enlightening me. But that's not Andrew's business. That's not my business. It's not. Not at all. That is not my business. What happened with them and the boys is not my business. It's not y'all's business. It's their business. Did they slip up and let the whole world know about it? Yes. Is it being used against them by Cathy, the fake Christian? Yes. When we all are upset and angry and we vent and it happens to be on a live or in a chat or something, it gets flipped on its head. I personally don't have an issue with anybody at this second other than a few select people. And we're not going to name names. But there's a few select people I don't really care for. So I don't surround myself by them. I don't surround myself by PG and her bullshit. I don't surround myself with a few others and their bullshit. That's how that goes. The news reported it first? Okay. All right. Thank you, Shay. See, their business got out there through news media. So there's nothing we can do about it. But to use it against them in their daughter's case is kind of fucked up. Yeah, I agree, Lips. But that's what makes us human. I honestly just want her to stop. I try to avoid the bullshit in general. I don't have energy for that business. I agree. But I'm archiving. That's the best I can do is archive. Because you know she's going to dirty delete. She dirty deleted messages the other day. But it, 4 people that were accused to be me, and they're not. I, myself, did not. I don't have set accounts. I don't. I was accused of being 4 different people, and I'm not. 4 different people disagreed with her, and she booted them, and she deleted them. Okay, you got something to say, I'm not going to delete your fucking comment unless it's disrespectful. You want to say something that don't agree with what we're saying? All right, say it in a respectful manner. Okay? That's all you got to do. Say it in a respectful manner, and you're good. I'll respect that. But if you come out all snarky, then I don't know what to tell you, other than there's the door. Okay? I mean, you have all rights to have your own opinions. Don't come in here acting rude. Don't go to the comment section acting rude. Be respectful to people. Be respectful to the creator. Am I currently archiving shit and talking shit? Well, yeah. I'm allowed. You're talking shit on my kid. You fired the first bullet, sweetheart. Don't expect anything less. You know? I like doing what I do. And the next stop in that train of thought is we need to admit that we are human and perfectly imperfect. What you want? I agree. But I agree. I'm human. I make a lot of mistakes in life. I don't give a shit. What you think you think honestly that I ain't made mistakes in my life? Oh, I made plenty. I made plenty in my lifetime. Shit, I went to fucking jail for arson. Shit, I went to jail for B&Es. Shit, I went to jail for assault. Fuck, I went to jail for mooning. Like, what do you want? Shit, I went to jail for... Hang on. Pause. I went to jail for failing a piss test. Once in my lifetime. I failed 1 piss test in my lifetime. I had this thing called drug court. Okay. I was sentenced to drug court, which is a 3-year thing. Was it entertaining? I didn't give a shit. I got along with the coordinator, so I was happy. Chat. I got along with him just fine. I went in you'd have they give you a 3-digit number and a phone number to call, and if your number was up, when you make that call, they'll give you a list of who has to go in for piss tests the next day. Dude, I'd call that shit every goddamn day of the week. None. So I just got tired of it, and I kept going in. Knowing I was pissed, drunk, stoned, or whatever from the night fucking before, I went in, took a piss test, passed that shit, and kept moving. I'd go in every day, every 5 days a week, take a piss test, even if my number wasn't up. I didn't give a shit, dude. I had court-ordered AA meetings. I didn't feel like going half the fucking time. So I spent the weekend in jail. I didn't give a damn. I called my PO a little bitch. I didn't give a shit. He tried to violate me for that. Judge looked at him and said he has a right to his opinions. I've been sober for about 4 or 5 months. So it's rough. I overheat a lot more, but I'm good. Being sober is awesome. I haven't been arrested, but I can tell you how many times my parents had to pick me up at the police station in cuffs at 3. Damn. But you know what? It's fine. I'm not perfect. People don't like me because I don't like people. Because I have a mouth, and if I don't like you, I'm going to tell you about it. Woohoo. I don't care. I haven't been. You are full of life. You are a good person, Andrew. You stand up for all your responsibility. Proud of you. Thank you, honey. Thank you. But, you know, I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I'm far from it. I'm far from daddy of the year. But you know what? At least I'm here. People want to run their mouths about my kids. Go ahead, run them. But when I bring out your secrets, I don't want to hear it. I don't want you to get pissy about it. I don't. I like my smoke. It's better than meds for pain. Yeah? Like, bro, I don't want to, like, I don't live in New York City. I live in the Adirondacks, for one. For two, I really got to give these cats a bath because this hair everywhere is going to piss me off. For three, yeah, my kids are messy. So my house is going to be a bit messy. Do I pick up? Yeah, I pick up. Does it work? No, it don't. My ex walked into his probation office and told him to violate him so he could serve his time and be off probation because he was sick of it over his head. They did. He served his time and then is free. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, I've been on felony probation twice in my life. First time I violated it, I violated felony probation because I refused to fucking go for 7 months, and it took them 7 months to find me in plain sight. So they violated me and gave me 4 months, and I did what? Like 60 days of that. And the second time I was on felony probation, I violated that because I couldn't stay my happy ass in town, and I went fucking 2 counties over, getting my freak on with some other females and whatnot, and they violated me on that. And guess what? They said, okay, well, you served your jail time already due to the violations of drug court, so you're all done, bud. Have a nice life. Sure, not a problem. Like, I never been to prison. I've been to jail, never been to prison. Do I like my ghetto ass tattoos? Fuck yeah. Each one have a story? Sometimes. But if you don't like me, fine. Don't like me. I'm not losing sleep over it. I'm not. Am I a complete asshole? Yeah, I'm a complete asshole. Yeah. I am not going to change my wording on anything. You guys want to take it to the next level and talk shit on it, whatever. Yes, me and my brother like summer sausage. Yes, I like summertime. Do I like the fact that I can sit there and say summer will be here in X amount of days because it was? Yes. Do people, every time somebody mentions the word summer, people want to go off to the fucking races behind it? I've had people say I was messed up because I talked too much and I got my ass busted almost weekly in school, pretty much. Listen, I'm going to tell you, my youngest son graduated high school this year. I was proud of him. Still proud of him. And I looked at it, he goes, well, at least I graduated, Dad. I go, yeah, because you chose school and I chose jail. Nothing wrong with that. No, I really don't fucking sleep. I don't sleep. But I'm not complaining over the no sleep. It is what it ain't. But what I do here has nothing to do with what's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? But I got GED and a high school diploma. I don't have either. I don't have either. But do I like doing other things? Yeah, I do other things. Is this just something for me to do? Yeah, it's just something for me to do. He sleeps when us normal people are awake. That's no, not always. Good debaters? Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a good debate. But don't worry, I'm waiting for people to run their mouths. Adrian, you know of Jeffy's Robert? No, not that I know of Slim Pigs. Slim Pickings, I don't believe Jeffy knows one. I don't think Jeffy knows one. At all. It's just more rumors and BS. Because Jeffy won't speak on anybody else's shit but mine. Hunter won't speak on anybody else's shit but mine. Compared to life now, you don't wish. Now, don't you wish? No. I would not change. I wouldn't change a fucking thing. I'd let it rock. Just the way it is. I wouldn't change anything. Well, maybe I would have changed me not working out when I got out of jail, but I would have changed that. But outside of that, no, I wouldn't have changed nothing. I lived my life the way I lived my life. I mean, am I better now? Yes. 5 years ago, 6 years, 5.5 years ago, shit would have been different. But now, nah. I want to change a fucking thing. Because the things you've done in your life makes you who you are today. The mistakes, the regrets, the good times, the bad times, it makes you into the person you are today. Do I have regrets? No, not many. I mean, I regret some of my baby mamas, but I don't regret the kids. I love my kids. My kids are awesome. Wow. That's crazy. But no, like I said, I don't regret anything I've done. I graduated by the skin of my... Well, listen, I would have been fine. The only thing I would not have passed was the essays. I'm not good at essays, but I'm good at just about everything else. I'm a smart guy. I just don't care. I don't. Like, if I gave it, like, I'm not going to front. Like, I could have been, listen, I could have been a game designer. I could have been a PC. I could have been somebody who helps make computers. Whole nine. I could have been all that. But I was too busy living a different kind of life. Leather jacket. Right there. Right where she hangs. Ain't touched her in a long time. She probably won't fit. I know she's got to be cleaned. Do I regret doing the drugs I've done? Nah. Do I regret drinking? Sometimes. Do I regret all my tattoos? Fuck no. Each one has a story. Because one of the very first few tattoos I had, one of the very first, was Hunter. This has been on me since I was 18, 19. 19, actually. So I've had it for a hot minute. She is. She has to be cleaned properly, and I ain't cleaned her properly. But that's what happens when you don't wear her. When you don't wear her all the time, she gets dusty. I gotta get her cleaned properly, and then I can hang her upright. I graduated with a sophomore level math. Nothing wrong with that. Listen, I found out I was good with math by counting them dollars. Like, it was crazy. But I've met a lot of good people, a lot of bad people, a lot of sick people, in my lifetime, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of my friends, my in life inner circle for decades, well, for at least a decade and a half, was older cats my mom used to hang with. We were called the porch dwellers. We'd hang out on old homegirls' front porch having beers from 8:30 straight on until fucking 1 in the morning. Just doing nothing, sitting there drinking and chilling. Like, nobody got arrested, nobody got in trouble, everybody was just hanging. God bless them. Much love, guys. And then it all went to shit. All went to shit. Every ounce of it. Gone. They passed on. Do I have some cats? Do I have some friends in real life out here where I'm at? Few and far between. But never as tight as those that passed on, that I used to hang out with day in, day out, 7 days a week, 365. It didn't matter if it was hot, cold, rainy, snowing. It didn't matter. We were all just hanging. You were too busy chasing the metalheads? Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, I mean, life's too short, bro, for all this bullshit. But some people just don't get it. They don't. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. Okay, I'm wearing homemade chokers my wife made me. I'm wearing a sword necklace. I mean, I just like what I like. There's nothing wrong with that. I agree, Skooma, and I'm sorry to hear that. But you got to look at it in the right light, man. Take it from your own life experiences and those you have, those you know, those who you don't talk to anymore, those who were there in your hardest moments, those peoples that were good in your life. Just remember, bro, life's too short. You don't know if you're going to wake up tomorrow. Shit. It's just the way it is. And I ain't sitting here preaching, telling you guys how to live your lives. Y'all live your life the way you live. Like, we ain't got to agree. We can disagree, but do it respectfully. You know? Sorry, I had to throw that in there. And it's just, I'm just at that point to where I'm just done with it. So I think I'm just going to be done with it. Hell yeah. Elder Scrolls. No. Dick's fine, let her stay. She's fine. She ain't doing nothing wrong. No. Hunter was never in a gang. He just ran around with a group of people. They were never in a gang. They done shit, but never in a gang. That boy's taking care of my granddaughter, being a good dude. Okay? That's what he's doing. He's working. He's working again. He's being a good dad. Let him do his thing. But no, he was never in a gang. He just ran around with a bunch of kids being a bunch of hooligans. Ah, shit. Y'all are old enough to understand that word. Yeah, you guys are old. A wannabe gang. Like I said, he was just being a hooligan. Like, it happens. Like, I used to run with 40-something fucking people. Yes, because I misunderstood. Okay, I misunderstood what was going on. The situation. I misunderstood it. But now that I understand that situation, he was just being a hooligan. I mean, I used to run around with 40 plus fucking people every night of the week. Back when I was his age. That wasn't a gang. It was just 40 some odd people that actually got along and loved to do dumb shit. And then the cameras went up. And then, yeah. Then the cameras went up. And then, people started getting arrested. And then people started doing dumb shit. Dumber shit. And then everybody fell apart. So, it's just a way of life. We were just running around having a good old time in life. Okay? I misunderstood the situation. I ran around with the Latin Kings, but was never in a gang. Nothing wrong with that. I ran around with a lot of people that were part of something that I wasn't. I never gave a fuck. Like, that's your life. That's not mine. I'm just doing my thing. Shit. One time I was hanging out with the dwellers, and people thought I was way older than I was. No, bro. Like 20, 25, hanging out with 40, 60, 50, 60-year-olds on a porch all day chilling, not a worry in the world. Yeah, people thought I was their age. Like, no, man. Like, I still don't know how I made it through all them hot summers. Fucking pissed drunk day in and day out. I don't know how I made it through. Shit. I don't know how I'm alive to this day. But if it wasn't for my time with dwellers, I probably wouldn't be. Maybe someday when I'm older, I'll have Porch Dwellers 2.0. Teach some of these younger kids how to just chill out. And just chill. Do nothing. Smoke the cigarettes. Chill out. Listen to old school. Listen to fucking 70s and 80s all day long, hanging out, not causing no problems, not causing any fights, just chilling. Used to play arcade games with a certain MC, and they were wonderful. It's about how you, exactly. I know, Deppy, and I hope you're all right, honey. I hope you get better. It just hurts my soul. But at the end of the day, I am who I am. And I don't give a shit who likes me. Yeah. But it's all right, though. People want to say what they want to say. Fine, say what you want to say. I yell at my kids. Boo-hoo. My kids are up at 3, 4 in the morning. Boo-hoo. Ain't like they got fucking school. For fuck's sake, me too. I got some results back today. Not very happy, but it is what it is. I hope you're all right, honey. So, I am literally 38 minutes past my allotted time, but I'm going to shut my camera off, play more PG's bullshit, let you all chit-chat and chat for a little bit. I'm going to go and give my wifey some smokes and put some water on my head because I'm hot, and then I'll be right back. All right? Because I can see the devil in her eyes. That's what Andrew's going to do.
Laura said, before that little girl passed away, remember? She said before that little girl passed away, she called Summer that little girl. She said before that little girl passed away, even Laura seemed to know that Summer wasn't no longer with us. I think they all did. I think this whole group of evil people knew exactly what happened to Summer. I think they all understood that she had to be destroyed in order to protect everybody's asses. And I think they all worked together to get that done. That's my opinion. There's also some lady that's supposedly Andy Bernard. I guess Andy was dating there or something. And she was supposed to have said something about Andy took her to some grave and told her that he believed Summer was buried there. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard that, because that's the rumor I'm hearing right now. I'm hearing the rumor that Andy Bernard was dating up somebody and supposedly took her to this particular grave and said that he believed Summer was buried there. That's what I'm hearing. Somebody said Piper. Yeah, I definitely heard that. Yeah, I heard it. Yeah. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, you know, well, you know what? I don't remember talking about that. I don't remember talking about that. Because, you know, I think if I would have heard that, I would have remembered. If I, you know, no, I don't think I ever talked about that. But, so, you know, and I thought Andy Bernard left Jody Sue and went straight to getting with this woman he's with now and staying with this woman. I didn't ever remember him, you know, getting with nothing in between all of this. Yeah, I don't ever remember Andy, you know, because he seemed to have left the heel, got with this woman he'd already been seeing, and married her up pretty quickly. When would he have had time to get with this Piper person? Because I didn't ever know Andy to be with anyone except the lady he's with now. He had a fling with Piper. I don't know. You know, I didn't ever hear nothing about that. Yeah, I didn't talk about it because I didn't know. I'm just now hearing all of this surface out. You know, I would have done asked Andy. I would have done ask Andy Bernard, what the hell's this Piper lady's, you know, what the hell's this Piper lady's issues with saying that you took her to a gravesite. What gravesite did you take her to? Did you take her to Morrison Cemetery over there? I mean, did this Piper person ever say what particular cemetery it was? Did she ever say what particular grave it was? You know, or is she just blowing smoke? Is she just blowing smoke? Because I ain't never hear no shit like that, or I would have been all over Andy asking some questions about that. Yeah, that's, you know, there was quite a bit of rumors going around. That's true. Quite a bit of rumors, you know, that Cotton supposedly put her up where the waterfalls was. You know, for a while there, we had no idea where they had put Summer, right? We had no idea where they had put her. Even law enforcement, you know, suspected that they had, you know, they were moving her. Wherever she was, they suspected she was being moved. You know, that's what, you know, they was looking, doing a lot of searches, and they seemed to think that she was being moved. You know, so that must have been an informant. There must have been an informant, you know, leading law enforcement to believe this in order for them to believe it. But, you know, you got to go down a lot of different alleys before, you know, before you land on the truth, right? Before you land on the whole truth. And, oh yeah, absolutely. I'd have been all over it. I would have done questioned Andy up and down over this one. You know, I would have really, you know, laid it on him to talk about it. If, you know, if I had heard it before this. Absolutely. I didn't ever hear about no Piper affair and some grave she supposedly went to with him and all of this BS. You know, now I hear she's saying that he took, but what place did? You know, if somebody took me somewhere, I'm going to remember where it is. That ain't something I'm going to forget. I'm going to know exactly what mother freaking cemetery it is. I'm going to remember looking down and seeing exactly whose name is, is on the tombstone. How come that Piper can't give more information than just, oh, it was a graveyard? What was it? Was it in the middle of the night? Was it in the dark? She couldn't see nothing. Did he blindfold her when they got there and said, hey, here it is. Let me put blindfold on you and take you back. I mean, I don't hardly believe that story because there's not enough detail. There's not enough detail in it for me. Just saying. And if I'd have heard about this, I would have definitely questioned Andy's backside up about it. You guys know I would. Hey, you got that right. You got that right, Chris. I'd have been in there. That's the truth. Like the freaking YT on rice, right? Absolutely. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I mean, wow. How hard up are you to let Andy Bernard use and abuse you? Right? How hard up would you be to, to fling with him? Man, I tell you what, he can fling. I'm gone. That's like hell to the no. No way. Do you see him lift his shirt up? Oh my goodness. No thanks. And I think he was wearing a thong. Right? I think he might have took some of Jody Sue's old undies or something. I don't know. Cause I ain't never seen no man. I ain't never seen no man with those on. But I seen one on him. That's gross. Oh man. I'm gonna tell you. Was hard to look at, but that wasn't the only thing hard to look at. It was like, whoa. Even Ryan, even that Ryan finds truth was, you should see the look on his face. The look on his face like, oh my freaking God. Right? Oh boy looked like, he looked like he wanted to back off and run. He was staring like, whoa, what the fuck is that? And that's the truth. I seen his face. Y'all. I always observe people's expressions. The face don't lie. Very few people have what they call a poker face, where you can't read their thoughts. Very damn few. I've met very few people in my life that you can't read. And that dude, you can definitely read when he saw that. When he looked over and seen Andy with that shirt up, he's like, whoa. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know, Anna. I'm going to tell you right now, girl, I don't know. I love your name. I think your name is so beautiful. I like the name Anna. That is a beautiful name. Right? I miss Benny. I miss Benny. Benny, you know, Benny had a way. I mean, he could give it and he could take it, right? He could give and he could take. And that's hard to find out here now. That's hard to find out here. You know, all of these people are kind of like, you know, wowsy. And you know, YouTube ain't as fun as it used to be. It's not as fun as it was when Benny and Doug and all these people were there, right?
Doug Umno thinks got booted off of YouTube due to mass reporting of him sitting there and constantly replaying a video of my son shaking, dancing and hanging out, and kept constantly replaying the part where he and commenting on my son's body parts. So he got reported, and I guess that was his final strike because he moved on to a different platform. And yeah, I heard he got kicked from there for the same type of shit too. So
yeah, I'm going to tell you, Lady Q, that's true. When you're reading text, it's not like talking to someone. When you're when you're talking to somebody, you know, you understand everything perfectly. But when people are texting, you could take some stuff. You could take some stuff wrong, right? You could get things wrong when you're reading text. Yeah, right. I'm going to tell you.
Tell me.
I say to each their own, right? Each their own. I mean, some people, you know, I
feel like you need a sound.
I don't know.
With a
I don't know.
Saying
I'm gonna tell you, I don't like thongs. You know, I don't like thongs. I don't like.
Yeah.
Put it this way, I ain't washing nobody's thong, right? I'm not washing nobody's. I've seen those thongs, you know, thrown in laundry baskets and stuff, you know, at people's houses or at the laundromat, and it's like, oh my God, right?
Who cares?
This is nasty. This is nasty.
Right.
You would not believe how gross that stuff looks. And it's like, and you know, to each his own. Yeah, Benny was real good at this. I gotta admit, he was good at this.
Benny didn't even like you.
You know, Benny was exciting. Benny was exciting. He talked exciting. You know, he's from the hood. Of course he's going to talk, you know. He definitely knew how to, you know, how to put it out there and you know, and work it. Absolutely. He, you know, you become a professional. You become a professional at, you know, at knowing a lot of things when you're raised up, you know, in the ghetto. Right? When you raised up like that, you get to know a lot of stuff. Or even, you know, even working. If you work in the ghetto, you learn, you know, you learn real quick. You learn real fast that, you know, you need to find your voice. You learn real fast that you need to speak up and you know, and take up for yourself. It's a, you know, it's not an easy place to be. You learn all the laws real quick. It could be, you know, it could be a blessing and a curse.
Right? Have fun, Lips. I don't know if she's leaving yet, but I guess she's going for floats.
On Doug's show. On Doug's show. Hey, I'm going to tell you who did that. Let me show you who did that. That was Marlena. Marlena, listen to this. Listen, she did. Listen to this.
PG said that I've been at Morrison Cemetery. I've not been there not one time since summer has passed, or whatever. And let's just clear this up too. PG said that I've been at Morrison Cemetery. I've not been there not one time since summer has passed, or whatever. Whatever happened to her.
Did you hear it? Right there. Listen. She did. Listen. Right there, she did it.
Whatever happened to her.
Did you, when I was putting everything together tonight, I was like, did she fart? And I listened. Yeah, she did. Listen to this. She got so caught up. You know, she got so surprised that she said what she said that she let gas. Watch.
Whatever happened to her.
All right. She did. She passed gas. I was like, oh my gosh, she did. That was disgusting. That was right there. It is the proof, baby. Yeah.
It's a bodily
function. Said that, I was thinking, oh my gosh, that was Marlena did that. She did that. I remember hearing it. And yeah, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. She knew she screwed up. She knew she messed up when she said, that since summer passed, so she knew. And I'm telling you, I really think the summer is in that cemetery. Just saying. Just saying. I really believe she is, there, because all of these people are mentioned in the cemetery. I mean, she's passing gas because she screwed up, right? So, I mean, I hate to say it. I think she did when she, when she realized what she said. It was a real shock and showed, right? It showed. But yeah, I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you that's just, yeah, she that was funny stuff, man. I don't care what anybody says. But every one of them, you heard every one of them tonight. Every last one of them, agree. All of these suspects, all of these people surrounded Summer's case, all of them that seems to have hands in what happened, every last one of them are solid that she's not here, that she's gone. Every last one of them.
I don't know why it's funny.
That tells me Summer is not with us. She's not with us. Right out all of their mouths. And even Candace said, Summer always be with me. I hate to say this, I don't want to say it, I need to put Summer aside. My boys are still here and alive. I don't care what anybody says, Summer always be with me. She was admitting that her daughter is no longer here. Don Wells, we'll see her in the resurrection. She got sacrificed for my sins. Even he is putting his daughter in the grave, right? In the grave. So that's just the way it is. Every last one of these people surrounding this poor, innocent little girl's case is putting her in the grave. And if they're all putting her there, then that must be where she's at. And I really do pray and hope that law enforcement finds her. I hope Summer's able to be found, brought home, and justice gets served on her behalf. But I'm going to head out of here for the night, everybody. Please keep those prayers going up. I think we're, we're
done with her?
Starting to solidify a lot of this stuff. A lot of things we're able to make it more solid than it was before. We're starting to understand a lot more than we understood before. Especially how evil this group of people can be, right?
She's still going to run her mouth
how evil they are.
20-something minutes.
And that is important. That's very important. It's very important for us to understand, yes, they can commit a crime like this. Absolutely, positively. No doubt in our minds, they can do it. Because Summer needs us to be able to understand the truth. She needs us to understand the truth. And I'm telling you, they know what happened. They know what happened and why these evil people, how people can hold such evil secrets, I don't know. Like old Grandbun. At her age, I would think she'd want to make it into the pearly gate. I would think she would want to get into heaven. And she ain't got a lot of time to be proven to God that she could. And with, dirty hands and secrets like this, I think Pandora better open the box on this one. Because I don't think she wants to show up at the pearly gates with dirty hands, packing a dirty secret that should have been let out. That's just my opinion. I'm going to keep it. I don't care if that's her grandson or not. She needs to tell the truth for the sake of this 5-year-old innocent little girl. No, it ain't going to bring Summer back. But this old lady might save another little girl in the future. She better think about that, right? That's what we need to think about. Keep the prayers going up for Summer Moon Utah Wells. I know God is listening. He's always listening. Through his son, Jesus Christ. He's always listening. You don't have to go to church to pray. You can pray anywhere you are. Because God's everywhere. He's everywhere, and so is his son. And through his son, he hears everything we pray for, no matter where we are. So wherever you're at, put your hands together, bow your head, and pray to God that this little girl is found soon. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And keep those prayers going up for Sebastian Rogers. Keep them going up for Michael Vaughn. Keep them going up for little Jack and Lily Sullivan. These children still need to be found as well. Let us pray that they're found and justice is served on their behalfs as well. Keep praying for one another too. Family that prays together stays together, and we definitely pray together for one another here. Know that PG is always praying for you. I hope God answers all your prayers. I don't know what you want, what you need, but I know God does. And I really do pray that he answers your prayers. A lot of people needing a lot of things. But if you're praying for anything bad, Andrew, I hope God don't answer your prayers. Right? I know what Andrew's praying for, and I hope God don't answer his. Right? I don't want God to answer no bad prayers, just good ones. That's I gotta clarify that right now, because I know how that evil Andrew thinks, and a lot of other people. Matter of fact, I had somebody in here last night going mayhem in the back chat. Morbid, right? I'm gonna tell you, that guy right there, he's definitely off his hinges, right? He is off his hinges. That's all I got to say about him. You know, he cracks me up. You know, good thing that I got a good sense of humor. You know, I mean, I could have took that personal. Right? I could have took that personal if I wanted to. But yeah, you know, being out here in this YouTube world is very dangerous. It's very dangerous, you guys. So stay safe. Stay safe, because it is not a good place to be. Make sure that you do everything you can to keep your identity private, and stay safe out here. There's, you know, it's not good. It's not good. But anyhow, oh yeah, I told you on the Andy Griffin, the haunting house of Andy Griffin. You should watch it. I believe it is on YouTube. I'm putting one in the chat if you've ever seen it. I was watching it. It is really good. It is really good. But anyway, they said his home. He had this home, like isolated place. You know, it's supposed to be really, really nice place. But they said that you would hear the whistling, the theme from the Andy Griffin show. And they said you would hear someone whistling that particular tune. And you would hear footsteps. And I guess the people who bought the house moved in, and then they vacated. They vacated. You know, they still, last I checked, they still owned the place or was putting it up for sale. I don't know. I thought they still owned it.
What?
But they're afraid to live in it.
What?
You know, because of all the really weird stuff, that was going on in there. And I guess, you know, the wife was really playing with it. The husband left and stayed gone. But I guess the wife, you know, she kept going back and kind of playing with it, you know, playing with stuff. And I'm not sure, I can't remember everything, you know, but it seems like something happened. I can't remember what, but it sounded like, you know, I think something happened. Wasn't good. Because she kept going back. And I guess it really didn't, you know, whatever it is, don't want you there. So, you know, it kind of likes being there alone, I guess. And yeah. So you should listen. Go listen to it. Oh, really? Lucille Ball's? Oh, I would think that her house would be like really fun. You know, I loved Lucille Ball shows. I've seen some where she's a secretary for some guy, and then there's the other one where she's married to this guy. He's got a real cute accent. Actually, he's a pretty good looking man. And there's another woman, a girlfriend she has or something. Anyway, they live in like some apartment building or something. They are hysterical. I mean, like, that is a really funny show. That's a really funny show. And so I would think, you know, man, I mean, if it's haunted, what do you hear? No. Lucille Ball cracking up, making jokes and doing stuff. I don't know. I can hardly believe she could haunt anything. Right? I don't think she would make a good ghost, to be honest with you.
Because you want to
That,
go off
that's just my opinion. I don't think I would make a good one. Right? I don't think I'm not mean enough.
No.
I'm not mean enough. I would be a funny ghost. Right? I would be a silly, funny ghost. It wouldn't work out too much. I'd be too much like Casper. Right?
With my bike. Up to you. Yeah, he has my bike. We traded bikes.
Yeah, you're squashing grapes.
You want to do that? I can tell him because he asked for you.
Yeah, I watch all those old movies. I don't like the new stuff.
Yeah.
Like the only thing they do now is remakes, and when they remake the movie, it's like really, it's disgusting, right? It's like, it's disgusting. They take classic movies and they destroy them. They're destroying all the classic movies. You know, that's why they call it a classic, because, you know, you should watch the original. You know, it was a one and done. It was a one and done. And they're trying to, you know, and now they just, you know, there's nothing new. There's nothing new. It's just a bunch of BS. And, you know, they make a movie and then it's
oh my Lord.
number 2, number 3, number 4, you know.
I'm gonna mute.
Nobody wants to see it. We get tired of it. And nothing new's coming out. Nothing, you know, is coming out of Hollywood that's, you know, any good anymore. And no original movies. That's what I'm saying. And it sucks. But I watch all the classic movies. I go back and they got some real good ones. They got some really good classic movies. Oh yeah, I watch the Waltons too. I watch the Waltons. I watch the Lucille Ball. I watch Little House on the Prairie. I watch that Little House on the Prairie show. It's really good. Me and my daughter watch a lot of old movies and stuff, and we get into a lot of history. She wanted to watch the Brian Kohlberger thing with me, and and I was surprised because she seemed to know more about his case than me. I was like, when was you getting into this? Right? You know, but she, you know, she was really into that Brian Kohlberger's case. And, you know,
yeah,
I was shocked.
Oh, all right, shut up, bitch. So what's up? Who, me? Yeah, you're right. I know. But hi, how you doing? So, no, it is what it ain't at this point in the game. But yes, Boogie, I did send you an email on what's going on. A few others know what's up. But definitely things are the way they are. And today they ain't what they ain't. Who texted me? I know. So. My nephew. Yes, yep, I know that. I remember you telling me that. That is awesome. No fucks given. I still like that. But it's good to see everybody still here. That is awesome. Thank you for being here. All 44 of you. Take 44. So I am going to go. It is literally 4:40 p.m. EST. I am an hour and 15 minutes past my allotted, but it's fine. I'm just hanging out with y'all. Well, it's life, dude. Like, I'm not understanding why this woman is absolutely obsessed with things she has no control over. I'm at that point to where I give zero fucks. And that's just the way it is. But it is what it ain't. Baldy's tooth. What mod is that, bruv? But I myself am personally going to go and deal with some household things. And then I am going to chill with the old lady. Really? Why am I being hotline? All right, cool. All right, I got you. It just came there. Oh, yeah, I got you. Hold on, honey. I got to do it a different way. I got to do it through this bullshit. I got you. Give me a minute. I forget that it doesn't always work the way I want it to. Why am I typing my own fucking name? What am I looking for? I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. You're still in chat. Thank you for still being in chat. Much love. Why is this so high? I don't want it at 100. I wanted it. Here we go. Fucking piece of shit. Hi. Sign in. That is not my email. That is my email. We'll go with that. I don't think I guess that's not. Text him on your phone, please. I texted him.
Should I go to the bathroom? I look in the trash can. That's what I see.
What?
Low key laying there.
Yeah, I know.
What's wrong with him? Should get on my
Oh, bye. We are in like sin. Hang on, y'all. I'm getting fucking hit up left, right, and center here. Pause. All right, All right, I got you, darling. Give me a minute. Why is this always You. Fucking piece of shit. Yes. I'm texting. Will you turn? I know I'm being hotlined. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right there. This is not the way shit's supposed to work. There you go, bug. I re-emailed you. Sorry, I had to do $100 fucking things too. Sorry, honey. I share the same birthday as Hunter. Oh, cool. I re-emailed you, Buggy. Sydney Greenstreet. Yes. Oh, pause. Little House on the Prairie. Yes, I. All right. You guys can chit chat for a minute or whatever. I'm going to go deal with something real quick. I'm going to put on some soft music for you guys. Just give me a minute. You guys can stay in chat. I put on some low music. Enjoy. Give me a minute. I got to deal with something. All right, I'm back. I got to deal with shit here and there. All right, so hopefully that works. Listen, it's just, like I said, some big stuff's going on. Done. Huh? Bella, this is for you. All this is you. He's talking to you. You take it. All right. Oh. I'm confused. I'm sorry. The music's too loud. No, I don't know what I'm doing. There's 41 of you in here just chatting, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just sitting here. Of course. All right. Hold on. Hold on. Really? Okay, I'm gonna yell. I know. And I just asked your uncle if he had chalky for you. I don't have chocolate, honey. He said maybe, LOL. Sorry, y'all. Boogie. Boogie. Thank you. I mean, listen. You have a good day, honey. God bless you. Much love. I'm going to be doing a... Yeah. But I love... Listen, I'm going to be doing a live in the coming... somewhere in September. And then I'm going to be taking a break for a little while. Okay? Later, bug. But I'm going to be doing a live in September sometime, if not sooner. And then I'm going to be radio silence for a little while, outside of obviously emails and messages. Outside of that, I won't be live probably for the whole month of October and some of November. Just back to back is getting to me. I'm losing track of things that I shouldn't be losing track of. So we're going to do we're going to keep going. No, thank you, Boogie, for everything. All you guys, for everything. But I think come October and some of November, I think I'm going to be not doing so many lives, maybe to check in on you guys, one or two. And outside of that, I probably won't be doing any at all because I have things around here at home I want to get done. Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't see why people can't go to Dippy's chats. I mean, she's good too. And like I was saying, I got some things I got to do and want to do. So it's going to be different for a little bit. Well, it's also, I have 3 kids that were born in that month too. I could pop in just before Halloween and talk, and I'll do a stream, if not on Halloween, day before. And Thanksgiving, obviously, I'm going to check in with you guys. So, I mean, I just got to get I'm doing good. I just want to keep my mind right because, like I said, I quit drinking not too long ago. So things are starting to clear. My head's starting to clear up a bit more and more every day. So I want to keep on that good path. So definitely. But like I said, we still got a couple months left of me doing back-to-backs and rambles. So, but Dippy's good. Dippy's always good. You want to check her out when she goes live, check her out. I'll be in the bush or I'll type a chat here and there. But, you know, I just got to meet some of you cats. Some of you cats I've known for a hot minute. But, yeah, I'm just going to, like I said, October and some of November, I won't be doing as many lives. Like I said, I'll check in on y'all periodically to see if y'all are all right. Because, you know, it's not about, it's not about anything that y'all done. It's just, I want to keep a good head. You know what I'm saying? If I go live, you'll come by my chat. Always do. Always do. But, all right, y'all. I'm going to shut this down. I've been going on for 2 hours and 30. So I'm going to shut this down. My kid's getting ready to go see her uncle. So I'm going to get her ready. So much love. I'll see you all in the next, most likely, probably tonight, if PG pops off.